Power supply, this is our lifeline. This is a necessity for us. Without power, plants like this cannot work.
If we don't have power, life also becomes hard for us. We solely depend on that.
Based just outside Kampala, Roofings is the largest steel producer in East Africa. Its galvanised wire, reinforcement bars and pre-painted roofing sheets are used widely for domestic and commercial purposes. It's also a major employer, with over 1,250 staff on this site and another 1,000 on a site the other side of Kampala. Roofings invested heavily in this modern plant, which opened in 2011. Without a reliable source of power, it can't operate.
In an industry like that, what is the most important is the quality of power supply. In the past, we used to have quite a few load shedding. So that means you would work about 12 hours a day, and 12 hours you have to shut down. So of course, employment is not created.
Roofings obtains its electricity from Umeme, Uganda's electricity distributor. Umeme was set up by CDC, the UK's development finance institution, in 2005 and has since been managed by Actis, a leading emerging markets fund manager. CDC has invested $15 million in Umeme to finance a significant program of modernisation, and Actis has supported Umeme through this transformation process. Roofings has noticed the difference.
Now with the continuous power supply, we employ a lot more people. We are working 3 shifts, and definitely, when you have quality power, it helps out a lot.
So when we implement that, it saves
Charles Chapman is the managing director of Umeme and is overseeing the transformation of Uganda's principal electricity distributor. The focus is on improving quality of supply, safety standards and revenue collection.
2004, the network was very run down, so you would see a lot of rotten poles. When it rained, many poles fell down, so there was not just a quality of supply issue, there was a very serious safety issue. And there were something like 120, 130,000 rotten poles in the system that needed to be replaced. The network lacked investment. People weren't paying their bills. It was only about 70% of the money actually being collected, and there was a very high level of theft.
On the ground, the modernisation programme has meant replacing poles and installing prepayment meters. This process has created lots of jobs. The contractor, Hasso Engineers Company, employs between 400 to 500 people.
The company as Hasso has grown about 10 times or even more. A lot more people are now employed onto the network, which is a good thing for the country, a good thing when you look at taxes, and also a good thing on the real contribution on the ground as far as the reliability of the networks is concerned.
Umeme's focus on safety includes training for both employees and contractors. All new staff at Hasso Engineers are trained in safety.
Safety begins with training, ensuring that all staff adhere to safety, PPE, where I'm talking about the overalls, the gloves, the helmets. The staff have to be equipped with all that.
The long-term patient support from CDC and Actis has created a company that can now attract investment from wider sources.
CDC, fundamentally, were the only people that were prepared to take a risk in the electricity distribution sector at that time, from 2005 to 2009. Those type of investors are very, very important, because when a company like Umeme is at that formative stage, almost in crisis, because you have a dilapidated network, it's not viable at that stage, you need a certain type of investor who understands the long term and who's prepared to work with you for a 5 or 6 year period until things turn around.
Rural areas across Africa struggle with poor access to electricity. Umeme has increased connection levels from about 250,000 to just under 600,000. Its goal is to have a total of 1 million households connected within the next 7 years. Violet Nabanja is fortunate. With a regular supply of electricity, she can run a small business from her home outside Kampala, processing local grain and then selling it on for a profit. The extra income helps her look after her family of 4 children and provide jobs for local people.
I employ 12 people, including the manager. Then the salesperson connects with the client, that takes orders. Then I have the cook, one cook cooks for my workers. Then I have the machine operators, and then those one who sorts, the clean maize.
Now Violet wants to expand. She plans to double production to 10 tonnes per day and introduce a chicken rearing business. Umeme gives her advice on tariffs and safety and which equipment is suitable for the electricity she receives.
As Umeme, we are safety conscious, and we want to make sure that when we give them the supply, it is safe for them to use. Yeah, it's one of the requirements that we make sure that they meet before they are connected.
With a reliable power supply, businesses large and small are free to concentrate on what they do best.
The reliability is so important because all the time we can work. We can work, and it means that we can supply to our clients.